Want unlimited Qi Gems? Good, I'm going to show you how to easily farm for Qi Gems, and then at the end I will show you how you can glitch the game for unlimited Qi Gems. Before we get ahead of ourselves, what are Qi Gems and why should you care? It's simple. Qi Gems are a special currency that you can use to buy exclusive recipes and items from Mr. Qi himself. These are some of the best items in the entire game. You need these, and the only way to get them is by completing Mr. Qi's very unique quests. These reset weekly and they can be very challenging unless you know the secrets to making them easy. Let's start off with the Qi's Kindness quest. This one requires you to give 50 loved gifts within a single week. If you are not thoroughly prepared, well then you will most definitely fail this quest, but the truth is that this is actually really easy if you just prepare a tiny bit in advance. All you need is a fully upgraded coop loaded up with rabbits. To make your life much easier, I would highly recommend getting an auto petter in the Skull Cavern and buying an auto grabber from Marnie. Now just pet them every single day until they love you. Over time you will amass a ton of rabbit's feet. That's right, rabbit's feet is a unique item that is loved by every single townsperson except for Penny. All you need is 50 rabbit's feet and you can easily complete this quest. It is important to note that if you start this quest on a Monday, you should be able to give all of the townspeople 3 gifts within the 7-day period, as it will reset on the following Monday and the weekly max of 2 gifts resets on Sunday. While some planning is required for this, you will be rewarded with 40 Qi Gems. Unfortunately, the next one also requires a little bit of preparation. However, there are 3 key quests that you can complete using this method. The Danger in the Deep key quest is incredible. It will reset the regular mines and turn it into a dangerous hellhole that you will need to conquer within 7 days. It can be really difficult, but it is also incredibly rewarding and fun. Then we have the Skull Cavern Invasion quest. This one is much harder as it requires you to reach floor 100 in the Skull Cavern at least once within a 7-day period. However, this is not the normal Skull Cavern that you know and hate. No, this is much worse. All of the enemies have morphed into deadly killing machines. Look at the serpents, look at the mummies. You are not safe here. However, I still love this quest, especially when I use Monster Mass to make it even harder. And lastly, we have the Qi's Hungry challenge. Just like the last one, you will need to reach floor 100 in the Skull Cavern, but with a twist. Fortunately, the enemies are not upgraded in this one. Instead, you will be unable to eat or drink anything. So if you get low on health or energy, well, tough. You cannot eat to regain anything. I would recommend that you complete all 3 of these quests the legit way first, because it's fun and because why not? After that, you can use this method to cheese them for free Qi Gems. It really is a simple method. All you need to do is duplicate as many jades as you can using crystallariums. Then bring those over to the desert trader on Sundays and trade them in for staircases. You guessed it, just spam the staircases during these quests to complete them with absolutely 0 effort. This method is expensive as you could have used those staircases for something else, but these quests give a ton of Qi Gems, so it's still worth it in my opinion. The Prismatic Grange quest is pretty difficult if you are not prepared. This quest tasks you with obtaining 100 red, orange, yellow, green, blue and purple items in order to complete it. You will get 2 entire weeks to complete this quest and it will reward you with a very impressive 35 Qi Gems. However, you can complete this in a much easier way if you have extra gold just laying around. This method will cost you a ton of gold, but that's fine. We are simply trading gold for Qi Gems. For the red items, you can easily buy 100 cherry bombs from the dwarf at 300 gold each. Luckily, orange is much cheaper. You can simply buy copper ore from Clint at 150 gold each. Yellow is another easy one, just use sap. Let's be honest, you have tons of sap just laying around. If you really don't have any sap, then you can buy beer from the Stardrop Saloon at 400 gold each. Green is an incredibly easy one. First, you could just use fiber, as you can easily farm for fiber in the mutant bug layer in the mines or with fiber seeds. Alternatively, you could buy salads from Gus for 220 gold each. Blue is really annoying. Hopefully you have a bunch of blueberries just laying around, because the only way to buy a way out of this is by buying Jojo Cola, one at a time, using the soda machine in the Stardrop Saloon. And lastly, we have purple. Purple is really hard for some reason. If you have excess void essence in your chests, well then use that. Otherwise, if you are patient, then you can use bug meat meat. Just repeat floor 15 in the mines with the burglar ring and you should get plenty quickly. If you are mega rich and have no cares in the world, then iridium ore does work as well. And that's it, an easy 35 key gems. Qi's Cuisine is a silly quest. You have 2 in-game weeks to make 100,000 gold by selling cooked food. Unfortunately, almost all of the cooked meals in this game result in a loss and require tons of ingredients that you may not have. That's why you should just spend a ton of money to solve this problem with almost no effort. There are 2 ways to beat this quest without even trying. First, you could buy 1,700 servings of flour from Pierre and then turn that flour into bread using your stove. This will sell for exactly 100,000 gold. Next, you could buy 700 servings of coffee from Gus and then turn those into triple shot espresso using your stove. This will also sell for exactly 100,000 gold. Qi's Crop is by far the best quest that you can do. It will reward you with a massive 100 key gems. Yes, this quest can be hard, but it's not that hard, I promise. To complete this quest, you will need to sell 500 key fruit within 28 days. Key fruit take 4 days to grow, so change your farming profession to the agriculturist profession and use hyperspeed grow if you have any. This will reduce it down to only 2 days. Now, how do you get your first few seeds? Well, you can get seeds by doing anything like fishing or chopping down trees, but these methods are not reliable. The absolute best way is to crack open geodes at Clint. I know you have a stack of geodes in a chest. Go crack them open and get tons of key beans. Plant those on your Ginger Island farm, and when they are fully matured and ready for harvesting, drop all of those key fruit into seed makers to double your amount of seeds. Keep doing this until you have 500 key fruit. If you start off with a good amount of seeds, then this quest is extremely easy. You won't even need the full 28 days for those 100 easy key gems. Before I show you the key gem glitch, there are a few key quests that are kind of terrible and you might want to avoid. The Junimo Kart quest is basically impossible unless you have a master's degree in Junimo Kart, plus it only gives you 10 key gems. The 4 precious stones quest will reward you with 40 key gems at the cost of 4 prismatic shards. I don't care how many extra shards I have, this just never seems worth it to me. And lastly, the extended family quest. This one is easy to complete if you are good at fishing. However, I would recommend against completing this quest and instead catching tons of legends for profit. Now for the glitch. This glitch only works if you have found an overwhelming majority of the golden walnuts. Once you have most of them, then hit the key that lets you type and then type / recount nuts. The game will immediately give you some extra golden walnuts, but you already have all of the island upgrades, so what are you gonna do with these extra golden walnuts? Simple, trade those golden walnuts in for more key gems at Mr. Key's store. After you have traded your nuts, then type recount nuts again and do it again and do it over and over until you have more key gems than you will ever need. You now know how to get tons of key gems, so watch this video so that you know what to actually spend them on. Subscribe for more Stardew Valley videos, but for now, I will see you in the next video.